It's me, Vicky. I've been taking a break from doing any readings, any coaching, anything basically to do with anybody else's energy. I've been primarily focusing on my own um, energies, my own journey, my own um, spiritual growth. It's not, um, it's not because I have decided to not be giving, but I'm also going through a practice of understanding that unconditional love is to accept everybody perfectly as they are and just be the light that I am, and the best teachers are those who do instead of say. So I am doing today's energy check-in. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. I just felt called to do this, and last evening I had an unusual request in a unique place. So I was like, oh, maybe this is something I should do every now and then. It's just a quick check-in and see how the energies are. I am going to use um, Twinflame 1 Oracle deck, Twinflame 2 Oracle deck, Twinflame 3 Oracle deck. I also brought my Kundalini Oracle deck, and I have a Rider deck, the original Rider deck with me as well for extra clarification. All right, so most of you are here checking in on your energies based on relationships, divine, feminine, masculine, whether it is lessons, whether it is the journey, whether it is that you're in a transition, whether you're in a new person, should I leave the person, I'm struggling, how should I proceed? So, let's see. I'm going to do my sacred geometry layout, which is the overall energies of what we are looking at, what has been recently in the past, what is subconsciously not yet shown to you, or what is hidden behind the scenes, what you have accomplished and really achieved, what you are being blocked from, what you are guided to do, what would be the outcome if you follow that guidance, what is it that you need to heal. Hey, pretty. Oh, back to you, lady. What you need to heal, what you have to let go, what the elders' advice is to you, and what would be the outcome if you listen to the elders' advice. What is the energy that is like basically the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck? So it's kind of basically showing you what you're not seeing and what is behind all of this energy. So let's have a little look and see what is taking place. For those this resonates for those who don't, like I said, I am just being the light and just doing a check-in for the energies of the day. All right, it looks like we're even starting off with a particular masculine energy. There's a lot of fire in this energy. All right, so we will look at so we already are starting with, I'm going to do some clarifications for each of these, but I'm starting already with, I went backwards. I'm doing the Twinflame 3, I'm going to do the Twinflame 1, I'm interested in seeing, there's a lot of fire. So some of you, um, those who understand, fire tends to be a lot to do with Saturn, the masculine energy. It's funny that we're already starting off with the discussion of Knight of Pentacles. Excuse me. And the Knight of Pentacles has a lot to do with your hard work and your responsibility and where you are in this journey and what is your part and what you need to do. Which is quite usually exclusively to why we're looking at this. Already, what I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck is about the Five of Wands, which is rivalry and conflict, and but at the top of the deck, the Hanged Man, so stuck energies. And usually stuck energies because of some things that have to be worked out. This is really actually corresponding with those who have recently reconciled, because I'm seeing some reconciliation in here that has recently happened for some of you. Ironically, exactly the problem that I have been having, why I've not been doing readings, is coming up right at the start with this deck. It is talking about some oracles, and I will discuss that a little bit. Bottom of the deck, illumination stage, and that's what's happening with some of you. You are flowing back and forth, and there's a karmic lesson that is needing to yet be resolved. Doesn't mean that the person is karmic. It just means that there is just a karmic loop that needs to be cleared, that the person may be mirroring. For those who are not understanding all of that, I'll explain a little further. Right? Karmic people get really confused when it comes to karmic partners, soulmates, and twin flames. How they play the part has a lot to do with your own ascension in your journey. So when people are karmic partners, the whole journey is about playing out lessons for you to learn and teach and for you to respond. Whereas twin flames will also mirror anything that is residue left over from the karmic partner. So anytime when you resolve a lesson, it will still come up again to ensure that it has been resolved properly. And so that's that residue. So residue will come up at times, and that's why there is some confusion sometimes to what is a twin flame, and when you know that this person is your person for certain reasons, but there is but the conflict seems to be something to do with residue. And this is a little bit about what happens with some of you. So karmic lessons, past life will also come up because of the fact of your vibration. So when your vibration is doing this, so you're still an individual, your person's still an individual, and we both have egos, and the egos will change the vibration. And so when the vibration fluctuates, you will also bring up old stuff as a karmic debris. All right, so let's proceed. I have here three cards for each section to help clarify. So we are to focus on nature. Nature means about being organic. being able to get outside, get fresh air, ground yourself, and to focus on what is natural and organic, to get back to the dimension of one. All right. So, dimension of one is where you first ground your divine energy. Because when you go through the dimensions of 1 to 12, you start at Earth. Earth as a planet exists, Earth as a whole exists. And when Earth as one exists, we have different dimensions from that energy and vibration. So, we start at 1, at 0, Earth. And then, so into the first dimension, this is where we ground our energy. The second dimension is where we are created as, it, whether we are created as beings or as living objects. So, physically, we have a head, we have arms, we have feet, we have a heart, we have a brain, we have a certain type of energetic system. We breathe, where our hearts beat. So in the second dimension, it's really important for us to understand that there are certain things that are natural survival mechanisms, right? So we still need to eat to survive. We still need to drink water to survive. We still need to mate in order to keep on surviving. So that is where we start at 0. And so when this is bringing up about nature, this is saying that it's really important for us to go back to where this all begins, where you first met creation. And what is hidden behind us is the mother wound. And the mother wound is normally associated with the divine feminine, the dark shadow. All right? The dark shadow, Lilith. Lilith in your astral chart will sometimes show you what work or what dark shadow that you may have to work with, because usually when we come into this earth, we've made a divine feminine or a divine masculine contract. We've made a contract to do our part for our ancestors. And the thing is, some of us who are healers are martyrs. Some of us are feeling like we have to heal the suffering, we have to cure the pain, we have to fix those who are in pain and suffering. And instead, what it is do the opposite. Look at where your vibration is and observe. And once you observe and see where your vibration is, where is it that you are in bliss, and where is it that you are seeing that it is not in alignment with you? Because what is not in alignment with you is usually projected and mirrored in others. So for anybody who wants to be a healer, healing everybody outside of them is usually looking at trying to heal that part in you. So mother wounds tends to be healers that has a contract to face your real, true, divine self, to start focusing that energy on you, and to see what is it that makes you bliss. And if you feel bliss because you're healing others, is it because as you raise their vibration, you're raising yours? Then look at why you need your vibration raised. How is it that you can be contained to be a transmuter, that you don't have to always changing your vibration, that you can always be completely full and complete as it is. What is also showing is illumination stage. So again, the illumination stage, this is also what is beneath this energy. Illumination stage is the beginning and ending that makes everything alignment. So this is about alignment to your true self, to your true happiness, to your true bliss. This is a stage where everything just falls into place. You know everything is falling into place. You're not overthinking anything. You're just letting go. There's no resistance. No resistance. And so what happens is we get this resistance from karmic lessons. we have situations that we are, here we go again, and we put up our guards, we put up our reactions, we're, like, we are not going to react to falling down and scraping our knee unless we know what it feels like to fall down and scrape our knee. So sometimes the people that show up are not karmic, but the fact is our reaction to them can be karmic. So that's why in many cases, when we are going out in the street and getting hit by a car every time we go and walk out in the street, we're going to always feel that there's a possibility we're going to get hit by a car. So anytime when you want to achieve that total bliss, this happiness with another, anytime when things went wrong, there is a possibility that karmic lesson tends to be, how can you let go of the bad thing that can happen, because 150 times this week you have walked out in the street and the sun was on you and you felt free and you felt grateful and there was lots of great things about you walking on the street. That was great. It was only one time that you got hit by that car. So how is it that we can release the one time that it was bad and focus on all of the other 99 times or 299 times that you walked in the street and it was a good experience? Again, we're talking about underhanded current, so the energy. So we have on the top, we have Mother Wound, Karmic Lesson, and the Hangman. So this karmic lesson, because of our divine feminine wounding, is causing pain. So we have conflict. So this is the Hangman, where we are stuck. Karmic lesson. And we have Mother Wound. All right? So Mother Wound, Karmic lesson, and the Hangman. I might have to turn this light on here. Just to give you all a little bit of a better view of so weird. All right. I'm back. All right. So in hopefully these show up. Okay. So in this aspect, we have Mother Wound. I guess see it better or not. You can probably see it. So Mother Wound. We have Karmic Lesson, and we have the Hangman. All right. So what does this say? This is basically the top of the deck. So this is the energies that's interfering. So we have old contracts, and karmic lesson is usually about old contracts, previous lives, or energy of your reaction to things, whether it was the ways that you have learned through being nurtured, through your mother, caregiver, or your way of also being intuitive and feeling other people's energies. So yes, what about you taking on energies of other people's karmic lessons? So it's making you stuck. What is hidden from you is nature, illumination stage, and conflict. All right. So it is really about energy. So nature is where I had said when we get into the first dimension. Illumination stage is where we are. So this is natural for us. This is our bliss. This is where we're supposed to be. And the thing is, when we're looking at this Five of Wands, this is about competition and rivalry and conflict and jealousy. This is about we fall naturally from grace because of ego, because of there is illumination is basically as it's natural in the illumination stage to be free from this, to be free from the competition, to be free from the rivalry, to be free from the conflict, to be free from the jealousy. In fact, it's the ego that creates these, because there is no such thing as competition. When you are a pure divine feminine energy, there is no competition. All right? Competition comes when there is, I need to prove myself worthy. I need to trust that everything is going to fall into place. I need to hold my security. In all accounts, this is going to take you away, because the fact is, you already know it's done when you're in the illumination stage. It's like, wow, everything's just falling into place perfect, right? So this is basically why a lot of people fall out of their situation. So the overall energy of this reading, they're talking about the Knight of Pentacles, all right, which is about manifestation. We're talking about aura holes, and we're going to talk a little further about that, and bubble love, all right. So bubble love is the illumination stage that we were talking about. Not only do they tell you it's important about the overall energy, but it's, again, bubble love is important to talk about. And why is it that everything seems like you're going around and around and around in circles? Is because of the fact there's a lot of hard work and a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot of energy because of aura holes, all right? So all of this beautiful love is just falling out the hole. So it's kind of like you've got a bag of water and you fill it up with water with all that love, and it's just flowing out the holes, all right? So how do you patch up those holes is basically the process that we're going through right now. We are trying to figure out how to fill our own empty cup, and how to keep, when the boat is having all this water going in through these holes, it makes you feel like you're sinking. So this is what is pulling you out of your illumination stage. Your illumination stage is wonderful. You got yourself there. Everything is feeling good. But now you have all of these holes that are allowing certain things to flood in that are not naturally you. And this is where it's taken us, right here. In the past, what we have recently accomplished, judgment, they came back. And there was a little bit of chasing, maybe because they gave you the message. So you know what? You expected a message, and they kind of came chasing back after you a little bit. There was a little bit of you got a message. Oh my goodness, where did this come from? And they were kind of like, pursuing you again. And so, this is a renewal of love. This is making adjustments in relationships. I'm really looking at what needs to change in this circumstance. And this is why this has a lot to do with renewal of a relationship that may have, kind of changed. What is hidden from you, what you're not yet aware of, what has not been really been shown is kind of hidden, subconscious energies that are at play. We have the sun, pure happiness. We have mirror work. And we have gratitude. All right, I love these cards. These cards are magnificent, because if this is my subconscious, it's saying in full gratitude is pure bliss and happiness, and that the person is exactly mirroring that beautiful divine energy inside of me. That's basically amazing. Right? It's amazing. The thing is, that's not always happening that way. Aura holes. taking on other people's energies, taking on other people's complaints. So what have you accomplished? What have you been achieving? You've achieved ascension. You understand how to be blissful. You've been successful. However, there has been a little resistance. You were so close to success, but you start putting a little resistance. So you know that you have been doing really well climbing that mountain. You know, you've been just determined, you've been singing, dancing, you've been working with the heart energy of the chakras, the divinity, what's really inside of you. You were really playing with this ascension, and you were really exploring and experiencing this divine energy. But there's a little resistance that is happening, but that's the thing. You know that you can't just climb to the mountain and there it is. You know there's always more work to be done. And that's the thing, is this is a process of what happens when you are in this energy of being, for those who are in twin flame, you're always going to be transmuting and transmuting and transmuting. It's kind of like, you know that there is resistance to being achieved because there's always more to achieve. What's blocking you? What's blocking you is them. All right? Your trust in the divine. And there's your Knight of Cups. All right? So your Knight of Cups is following your heart, being romantic, but you're a little bit still idealistic. Sorry, just my battery's running low, so I'll have to wrap this up a little. You're a little idealistic, and if you're a little idealistic, there is always that possibility that your sacral energy still needs a little bit of work. You are getting into your emotions, you are following your intuition, and you're both working on it. But they're not quite ready. You know, it's them, that's them, and trusting in the divine. You're too focused on them, and all of your energy is on them. It's not balanced. So you need to focus on you and let the divine focus on them, because that's what's blocking you. You're taking on their energy instead of you being light that they are responding to. If they are not where you are, which usually is happening, where one is here and the other one is following suit and being high from your energy because you're elevating them, but then as soon as you're holding on to their energy and they're feeling that, they don't really like that. They don't like their own energy. It's like, oh, I need to go find some good energy, right? So that happens. All right, so what are you being told to do? You have dream. You got mirroring switch, when you are subconsciously working with other people's energies. And you've got 9 of Swords, all right? So they say switch your thoughts. Your dreams, see mirror and switch, and you've got mirror and switch, you've got the anxiety, and you've got the dreams. So basically, you've got to change the way you're thinking. You have to change. So when you are responding, you're reacting. When you know that all is well, and you know that things are falling into a place, that is your cycle of thoughts. But if you keep on focusing on, oh, they got someone on the side, they got to go and work on some more energies, there's a karmic involved, blah, 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 that you are actually putting negative energy into this. And this is where we get more or holes or negativity invading energy that has nothing to do with you or them, because the fact is it's those little thoughts of doubts and some kind of disbelief that the negative energy can attach itself to. So they say if you follow that advice, love, balance inner feminine energy, and they've got 5 of Pentacles. And 5 of Pentacles is about scarcity, need, and poverty, but it was upside down. And so what that means is they're going to, if you follow that advice, change your mindset, change the way that you think, you will find that love will balance the inner divine feminine, which is that contract that we talked about at the start that's hidden underneath. And that will clear away some of this neediness and clinginess and scarcity that is seeming to be a challenge, because this is truly causing some of your concerns. So what are they saying? Heal. How you're going to go about heal? You got the King of Pentacles here. You got receive, mother wound. Look at that. So here we go. We're talking about mother wound again. Got to heal it. Got to heal it. Mother wound is not about your mom. Mother wound is about a contract that you made when you came into Earth. And when you come into Earth, being an empath as a healer, you feel that it's your task to go and fix everyone. And it's not. It's about you learning to receive your manifestation. It's about you calling in your king. It's about you being able to know that you can have everything. You don't have to give everything away. You can have it too. You can have it too. What do you need to let go? Grief. Ego distortions. And this magnetized, you know why that's to be released? Because the magnetism is the deception. Align with source, align with your bliss, and let them be magnetized to you. Don't magnetize them and get their stuff too, and everybody you want to attract. Magnetize yourself means, what do you have? What do you have? What's going on with you? You know what? Eliminate all of that. Eliminate all of the past life contracts and all of the different lessons. You know what? Just be in bliss. Just be in bliss. Just be happy. Don't try to attract things. Be bliss. Elders say reconciliation, root chakra blocked, and they've got the 6 of Swords upside down. So the 6 Swords upside down is transition, long distance travel, and moving on. Upside down, reconciliation. All right, don't keep on walking away. Focus on, why are you blocked? Because the next relationship is going to be the same lesson. Everything's going to be the same thing over and over again. Why are you blocked? Why is it you can't move forward? The result, I'm missing a card. So why am I missing a card? Because result, I have crown blockage. We've got the partnership fire upside down. so weird. I guess some of it is what you want to feel, I guess, because I am guided by higher power of wisdom. This is what I'm telling you. You are to connect to a higher power of source because your crown is being blocked by focus on other people and anything outside of you instead of being connected to source. When you are disconnected from source, you're in a state of gratitude of seeing the miracles of everything at play. You're disconnected from the miracle of you being the manifester here. Instead, you're looking at how are you manifesting me. The Two of Wands upside down represents like the same thing, what I'm saying. So this is together. This is like a partnership of you guys making decisions and planning together. And the resistance is because you're to focus on the divine source. And by you focusing in that energy, this goes back to my teachings from right at the start of the course, where we talk about source comes through the divine feminine, you ground that into earth, and that is the chakras that are light that radiates out, and they're responding to that energy. I know it seems so simple, but it's so complicated for us. Because we're human beings, and with us being human beings, we love to respond to our stimuli, to what we are experiencing, and instead each day say, how can I feel more alive? How can I be me? How can I be free? How can I experience joy and bliss? And just allow that to manifest. All right, so I'm going to pick a card from the Kundalini Oracle deck and see what is coming through for us. Spirit, choose a card for us to focus on, and what is the guidance for today for our healing? I do know that there is something to do with our root chakra block. Alright, so that is about our manifestations. You want to know what's so funny? Is that before I did this reading, this is exactly the vision I got. I need to do Reiki on my chakras. Alright, this is Hoshan Z Shodan, and it is the Reiki symbol of healing, and it is going to you know, it's so funny. It's like, you know all this. You know this is what I was going to say to you, right? Because this is exactly everything I already said to myself. I don't know why I even thought I needed any validation. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to record this and share with whoever needs to see this or resonate with this, because it's not up to me to teach anybody, but it's up to me to inspire those who are in alignment with the teachings at this time. I'm not going to force it. I will share it and see where it goes. So for those who don't know Reiki, those in my group, there are recordings that have been posted previously in the guides. Sorry, it's just my phone is running out of battery. In the guides, there is Reiki levels 1, 2, and 3 that is posted. That is absolutely for free. The symbols and information is there. However, energies tend to be, when you're attuned, they can strengthen those energies. There are some attunements there. You know, look into it. There are people who work with energies. Be mindful of who you want to exchange your energies to. I am myself making a conscious choice to not engage with other people's energies. And if I do, I'm being very mindful of who I choose to engage those energies with. That is your responsibility. And if you allow just anybody to do readings for you, there is always that possibility that you're going to have their energies, their influences, or their advice to intervene and actually can change your energies for the positive or for the challenges that you may not even be already manifesting, but could be encouraged somehow through this. So I am breaking it off here. For those, work with Reiki in your chakras and heal your root chakra. Your root chakra is blocking, and at times this is usually from holes in your aura. That could be, so if too many are taking your light to benefit their own situation, you will need to take a break. You would need to, and this is exactly what's happened with me. I am taking a breaks and I'm healing my own aura. And for those who may reach out and ask me for readings, I am doing them only for the paid readings and being very discerning, only because of the fact that I am repairing my aura for all the damage that has come through. And for those who are also getting too much readings and advice and not actually working on their own manifestations, you could be also doing rips and tears and holes in your own. So this is where we need to really look at, why are we always reaching out to others to heal ourselves, and why are you incapable of believing that you have all the power inside of you? All right, much love to you. My blessings.